Hello and welcome to Team Talk, the show where we bring you all the insights about the teams, especially ahead of every round of Global Champions League. And as you can see behind us, we are at Miami Beach, the second stage of the season and one of the most feared, most difficult arenas of the entire circuit. First guest in this episode of Team Talk is Ana Kalarova. Annie, good to see you. What do you think about the weather?
At the moment it's quite good because there's a little bit of a shade, so that helps the horses, but it's hot enough.
What do you think of the breeze, actually, the wind?
The breeze, okay, there's some horses that can find it difficult because things move a little bit, but I think actually it's a little bit of a benefit because it cools down a little bit the temperature and helps both the rider and the horse feel a bit better.
We said in the introduction, it's one of the most feared, one of the most difficult arenas. Of course, we kind of like to exaggerate a little bit. However, never won on a clean sheet, never was a clean sheet in Miami. Highest average score of all, I think it's 6 points per round. Lowest clear round rate, so it is the most difficult arena in terms of statistics and numbers. Why? What makes this arena that we'll be showing in over the next 3 days, what makes this ring so difficult?
First of all, we can see that the ring is quite small, and the way Uliano builds makes it very technical and everything comes very fast. Also, I think that historically, because the horses were coming from Mexico, it was a huge change for them from a really big grassy arena to a very small one. This year, it's a fresh start for us here, so maybe it will be a little bit different than the years before.
I think that's actually it's quite interesting analysis. I didn't even think about it, about the fact that it could also be beneficial for the horses that it's first Miami and then Mexico. You've got good memories of this venue here in Miami. Take us back to 2018. If you think back about that stage here, what do you think of? What comes to mind?
Well, we had an amazing time here. Me and Gerko were on the team and we managed to, in the end, secure the first place in the Global Champions League. So it was amazing for us to win one of the rounds here, yeah.
Yeah. Time fault in each round, if I remember well for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you come out of the ring this weekend with a time fault in each round and your teammates don't let you down, you're quite close to the podium.
Based on historical evidence, yes, but you know, every tour and every show is a new show, so we have to see how realistically it's going to go, and we have to be in top form.
You would be a great lawyer, you know. You can talk yourself out of any question,
I try.
Who have you got here? Yourself. Which horses do you have here? Who are your teammates? What can we expect from you?
Here I have Silverstone and Catch Me as my horses, and regarding the team, it's Niels and Peter competing here, so two very strong riders. With very strong horses, very good horses. So we have, I think, a good team built for this tour.
Some horsepower, because you also have to think about Miami coming up, of course. What is the ambition here in Miami, knowing that it's difficult? We're going to call it plain easy, difficult. What's the ambition here?
In the end, I think always the ambition has to be on the podium, because if it's anything else, then we shouldn't be, you know, doing it. So the ambition is for sure to be on the podium, but like you said, it is very difficult. We have to watch what the other riders do, how the other teams go, and be ready for anything.
Because if you think back about how you performed 2018, it is one of those stages where it could be smarter to catch the time fault, settle for the time fault, and avoid the rail if possible, because it's so difficult to jump clear.
It could definitely. It in the end, you know, it actually depends on how Uliano builds the course. Because if it's a course where he does want us to, you know, chase a little bit of time or maybe do some inside turns, then that's a situation where we have to decide whether we're gonna, you know, maybe risk having a time fault or go inside, you know. But that all depends on how the course is built. If there are the options, and if we think some of the riders will go for the options, risk it, and maybe have a fence down, and we will do the opposite.
Okay. Last question on the overall season. Last year it took you all the way to Chamorin to get that first podium, and made you basically miss out on the top four. I think one more podium through the season would have taken you into that top four. What's the ambition for the team now, taking into account the strength of the other teams as well? Do you think Prague Lions can be a top four contending team?
I think the Prague Lions can be a top four contending team. We are, I think, a very strong team this year with a lot of horsepower. We have a great under-25 rider that had some very great results. We have some very strong riders, so the ambition is there, and everybody's very hot and hungry for it. Right. So I think that could help us be in the top 4.
Well, clear ambitions, top 4. We'll talk again. Oh, let's talk in Prague. Let's see how that goes. Anna, thank you very much for joining us. Best of luck with you, with the team, with the Prague Lions, and of course also as an individual. We will let you go as the warm-up is underway while we are recording this episode of Team Talk. Thank you very much, Anna. That's Ana Kalarova, Prague Lions, clear ambitions, top 4 team on the overall season, aiming for the podium this year. A team that finished on the podium is Hamburg Giants. We've got Bart Vealing standing alongside with us. Come and join us. First of all, congratulations. What a weekend in Doha. Before we look ahead to this weekend, what a weekend in Doha.
Yeah, it was really good. I must say our horses, both from Bart Bless and me, jumped really nice, and they did a job fantastic, so that was good.
After round 1, 6 teams, I think 5 teams set on double clear. You were 5th, one of the slower teams. Did you think that you still had a chance at jumping onto the podium at that point?
Yes, we did, because we had to stay clear. We did not have the fastest horses, and then we thought, if we would try to go faster, then we make too much chance to get a fault. Then better be slowest but clear, because that's always better. And then when we made it both the double clear, then we thought, this time it's going to be a podium.
Because you were the 3rd slowest team of 16 teams in that second round, but that was really a tactical decision to stay just inside the time allowed and secure the clear.
That was it. I can also say I'm getting a little bit older, but one of the two reasons.
You're not really getting older, because it was a great day for you on that Saturday, also jumping onto the podium in the Grand Prix as well. Talk to us a little bit, it's not here, but talk to us about Long John Silver.
Yeah, it's an amazing horse. We had it now for 3/4 of a year. Was before by Holger Hetzel, his stables. Munaim Dani, our manager, found the horse. I tried it, and I directly had an unbelievable good feeling on the horse. And his development is not normal. At the time we bought him, he only jumped one time a 1.40 m, and now he's jumping on the highest level, and everybody sees me already as a concurrent. So it's amazing horse.
That keeps you young.
Thank you.
What can you tell us about this arena? We've spoken about the low number of clears. Never was this stage 1 on a clean sheet, on 4 clear rounds inside the team. It's got the highest average score rate. It's got the lowest clear round rate. It seems that there is no arena more difficult on the Global Champions League than this one. Why is this ring so difficult for you?
Probably a little bit the wind. My horse Fiumicino, he's a little bit afraid is a wrong word, but he doesn't like a lot of noise. You have, of course, the noise from the sea, from the wind, all the flags, everything. So I think that's to make it really difficult for the horses to concentrate.
Is this the first time that you're here in Miami?
It's my first time.
So what do you think of it?
Incredible. It's difficult for the horses to concentrate, but I think for us as riders also.
There's a lot happening. Hey, before we let you go, last question. Ambitions for the team this weekend. What's the plan? You come off a high in Doha. You perform really strong. You and Bart. It's you and Bart here again, along with Suus Kuijten. What's the plan? What's the ambition? What's round 1 looking like for your team?
We hope for getting in the top 4 in the finals for Prague. That's our main goal. But we have also a young team and also young horses. It's all open. We just had one show, and it was fantastic in Doha. But here we see again, and it looks also we have to wait a little bit how the horses react. I just rode a warming up with on the horse. He was so fresh. I think when I wouldn't stop him in the end, he was still running into the sea.
All right. So first round team is you and Bart. Is Bart
yes.
and Suus? You and Bart.
Me and Bart start,
right.
And then we look how they go, and then we see if Suus rides the second round or not.
All right, super. Bart Vealing, thank you very much for joining us. Best of
You're
luck
welcome.
tomorrow. You can put your microphone down. That's Bart Vealing. We let him go as part of that Hamburg Giants team that performed so well out in Doha. Another interesting performer out in Doha, Shane Breen. How are you enjoying the Irish weather?
I'm loving it here. It's just like being back home.
It really is. Shane, how does it feel to come back to Miami? You've been here quite a few times. You've been successful here. How does it feel to be back?
Yeah, it's wonderful. With Miami Celtics, myself and Michael Duffy, we won it here a couple of years ago. Yeah, it's a unique venue. So some horses find it a little bit bizarre with the sea rushing in against you there, but it's been a lucky hunting ground for me.
If you look at the arena, I think it's 80 by 50 wide, 80 long, 50 wide. It's actually not that small. So what makes it difficult?
As you say, the size. Listen, we jump in indoors all winter, so horses should be used to the size. I don't see that as a big problem. I think the main factor is that they can hear the sea coming in against them, and when they look out to that side, they just see a big blue area, which they're not used to that at all. But I think after being in there a couple of times, they start to adapt to it
and settle down. Shane, you're a member of a new team, or a team that was I'm not going to say recycled, but was brought back to life, revived. Rome Gladiators. Do you consider yourself to be the leader of that team? Your experience?
I think I'm definitely the oldest. No, it's a great team. Mark and Tara Ryan, they're the owners, and Eric Lamaze is the leader, and very much looking forward to it. There's myself, Zoe and Nina here this week, so I think we're going to juggle it around. Eric has a plan, so hopefully we can stick to the plan and pull it off.
You spoke about Zoe Conter, Nina Malvet. What do you think about them? Young riders, young girls, young ladies coming into this level of the sport. They've been there now for a few years. Now they're coming into Global Champions League, launching Global Champions Tour. What should people expect from the two of them?
I think they're two wonderful young riders, great talents. Zoe has had a wonderful season so far this year in Wellington. Nina also. I think when we look at this competition, the Global Champions League, Global Champions Tour, it's wonderful because these young riders get to showcase their talent, and it's a great occasion.
What can you still learn them?
I can learn from them, I think. I think when we get a bit older, we get a bit cautious. Where it's great to watch the young riders, they go in and they just go for it. So it keeps us all on our toes.
What is was Doha a good weekend for Rome Gladiators, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think it was. Fernando and myself, we were both clear the first evening, and we came into the second round. I think we performed very well. We were both unlucky. We both had a fence, dropped us back to 7th, I think. But listen, that's sport for you, We jumped really well, I thought, and I think we've a great team going forward, and very much looking forward to the season.
Last question, what will make this stage a good stage? When will you be a happy teammate, team rider, team leader, whatever you want to call it?
Listen, I think we're always happy if we can get up in the podium, and that's the goal. That's what we're all in here to do, and that's. I think we look forward to just that the horses are relaxed, that they're enjoying themselves, and then we as riders have to just take it like it's any other day and go in and try and jump the fences.
You've got experience. You've seen the riders. You've seen the horses. Who is the favourite this weekend, do you think?
Listen, it's anybody's race, isn't it? It's wide open. There's several teams. I think we could name 5 or 6 of them there, but it's on the day. And as we say, horses, they have to go in, they have to enjoy the environment and click on the day.
Okay, super. Thank you very much. We wish you best of luck. Thanks for joining us, Shane Breen. You can put your microphone down. Thank you very much. That's Shane Breen, Rome Gladiators. Second time that he's on that team this season. He was with us in Doha and now also in Miami. Last man that we want to introduce to you in this episode of Team Talk is another Irishman who is absolutely enjoying the Irish weather. It's Michael G. Duffy. Now, if you watched the first episode of Team Talk, you were introduced to Michael Duffy. This is G. Duffy. It's not the brother. It's not even a nephew. There's no relation, but it's Michael G. Duffy, just to be clear.
Yep, Michael G. Duffy, yeah.
Michael, how's life?
Life is very good. Enjoying the Miami sunshine now, I have to say.
Shane enjoys it as if it is Irish weather, he says.
Jesus, I don't know if it's Irish weather, but we're enjoying it anyways. absolutely.
Talk to me a little bit about the team for this weekend, because we expected you to be a 3-man team. It's now down to a 2-man team.
Yeah, just myself and Michael here now this week, and Michael is here with his very experienced partner Zilton, so I think he'll be our main man this week. I have a bit of a lesser horse with a bit less experience here, Klitschko, a 9-year-old. I think he's very good, but this is a step up now for him, so we're a bit against it this week, but we'll be trying our hardest and hoping for the win.
Mikey, that's Michael Duffy, your teammate.
Yeah.
He only has one horse here.
Yeah.
You've got 2 9-year-olds here.
Yeah.
And just the 2 of you, so that leaves you quite exposed.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of there's only you can swap horses, but your other 9-year-old has got even less experience. So it's just those 2 horses, those 2 riders. That's basically the setup for the team.
That's the setup for the team now. Michael with Zilton and myself with Klitschko. But I have to say, both horses now are in great shape. We both done a few jumps today in the warm up just to see how they're feeling and get them in the ring, get them familiar with everything, and they both jump really good and feel great. So we're quietly confident.
Of course, many of the Europeans that travel here with these horses, those are also the horses traveling to Mexico. Is there any way that there's a third rider coming for your team to Mexico?
I can't be discussing team tactics with you here, Frederick. Not on live TV.
This is what the show is all about.
At the moment, there's no plan for an extra rider to come, but just the 2 of us.
Touch wood that it all goes.
Exactly.
Michael, you're an ex-Madrid in Motion rider.
Yeah.
How does it feel now to be on a different team? Because you've been on Madrid in Motion since 2018.
Yeah.
So you were even a veteran on that team. How does it feel now in a new team?
Well, I had a great run with Madrid in Motion, and it was so nice to work together with the team there. They're great. Michael, Eric, Eduardo, Mark, McCauley, Cindy. It was brilliant, and I had so much experience there. Now it's a change, and I have to say I'm really enjoying it so far. To the last 2 shows I was together with Michael, and we're best friends for a long time, so I think we work really good together. And of course our team manager Elena Weinberg, she's one of the Stormans, she's one of she's one of the best in the business, and to work with her and learn from her is brilliant.
Yeah, she's also the one that can easily fire you up, no?
Yeah, absolutely.
She pushes the right buttons. She gets everybody going.
She's a real motivator and always has a great plan. We're speaking a lot with her on the phone, and with plans, and she's fantastic to work with. I think I learn a lot from Elena.
We're just our studio is being crashed. Last question before I let you go. Ambitions for the weekend with Michael Duffy. It's even difficult for me. I apologize. With Michael Duffy on a very experienced horse, you on a 9-year-old on Klitschko, who is a very good horse. You're absolutely right. Is it realistic to find you on the podium?
Look, I think they're 2 very good horses, and look, we're going to try our best and hope for a good result in the end. That's all we can do. We're quietly confident. We'll keep trying. We won't give up anyways, that's for sure.
All right, super. Thank you very much. Stay with me as we say goodbye to you. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Team Talk. We'll bring you another one just ahead of Global Champions League Round 2. So we'll record that on a Friday here in Miami. Tomorrow, that is Thursday, we'll bring you round 1, of course, on GCTV. Make sure you've got your live pass, you've got your pro pass ready to follow all the action live right here from Miami Beach. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.